Hello and welcome to my channel, Exceedingly Good Reviews. This is my thoughts on video. My thoughts on Friday Night SmackDown from October 9th, 2020. I'll give a quick run through of what occurred on the show, like I always do, and then give my overall thoughts on what I thought on this show. So the show opens with Thunder and Lightning. I am fed up with this. You guys are probably bored of me going on about it. I'm bored of going on about it, but it's just cheesy. Stephanie McMahon is going to host the draft. Obviously, this episode is the beginning of the 2020 draft between Raw and SmackDown. And Stephanie's going to be the host of this again. So the first round draft picks are made immediately. And Raw picks Drew McIntyre. So they keep their champion. SmackDown picks Roman Reigns. Raw picks Oscar. SmackDown picks Seth Rollins. The Monday Night Messiah has come over to SmackDown, the SmackDown Savior. And Raw picks the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business, the faction. So Raw has basically just got like 4 wrestlers in one there. Good pick for Raw. We get an interview by Seth Rollins. He's happy to be on SmackDown and happy to see the back of the Mysterio family ending that feud, or so he thinks. First match of the night. We get our first match of the night. It's Big E against Sheamus in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And this match was full of action, full of spots, full of incidents. It's going to be hard for me to cover everything. I have a whopping big chunk of notes just on this match alone. I mean, at one moment, Big E goes under the ring looking for a weapon. He pulls out some bootios, some extra large bootios. And I'm like, wow, I want to see him use them as a weapon. He doesn't. He pulls out a kendo stick, he uses that as a weapon, or tries to. Sheamus ties Big E up in the ropes and uses the kendo stick against him. Sheamus goes under the ring to try and find some other weapons, I'm assuming. Big E gets himself free, ties up his ankles with duct tape that was from underneath the ring, and then starts wailing on Sheamus then. Advert break, when we come back, they're in the back. Sheamus is covering Big E with flour and eggs and everything. Is he going to try and make some New Day pancakes? I don't know. Yeah, like I said, there's loads of spots. I'm probably missing so much out here. There's a moment where we get is it white noise, I think Sheamus's manoeuvre? Big E into the windshield of a car. Big E gets shoved into the car door. Sheamus starts slamming him. You need to get inside. You need to get in the car. You need to get in the car. I can't close the door. I can't close the door. Over and over. Puts him in the boot. Goes to close the boot on his arm. Snap his arm. Big E blocks this. Sheamus ends up brogue kicking the boot door off the car. Snapping it. We get another moment where Big E does the big ending off the top of one car through a table. And that ends up being the finish as Big E pins Sheamus. This was a great match. Like I said, I've probably missed so much out there, but I mean, so much occurred. It was a great match, great way of opening the show. I mean, you got the draft really opening the show. Well, actually, Thunder and Lightning. But this was a great first match for the show. Really gets you hyped. Out comes Jey Uso. He's waiting for Roman Reigns. We then get the image backstage of Big E bumping into 2 security guys, 2 undercover people. No, it's not undercover. Well, it is. It's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. The New Day are back. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Love it. New Day's back together for now. Back in the ring, Jey Uso is calling out Roman Reigns. Roman, he wants to know the stipulation for their match at Hell in a Cell. What are these other repercussions that will be that they have to face and whatnot? What are these consequences? Paul Heyman responds on the screen. The champion will answer when the champion's ready and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. Advert break, when we come back, Roman Reigns is there, and Roman Reigns says that this will be an I Quit match. An I Quit inside a Hell in a Cell. So it's an I Quit match inside a Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell. Ooh, but there will still be consequences. What are these consequences? That's what we want to know. We've got a few more weeks yet, so we will find out hopefully in the coming weeks. The second round draft picks are made. Raw picks AJ Styles. I predicted that. He goes back over to Raw. SmackDown keeps Sasha Banks. Raw takes Naomi. SmackDown takes Bianca Belair. Now that's a belter of a pick for SmackDown. Raw picks the Women's Tag Team Champions, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Now those two are exclusive to Raw, but while they're the Tag Team Champions, the Women's Tag Team Champions can appear on any brand. But I'm assuming once they've lost those belts, they're back to being Raw exclusive superstars. Second match of the night. It's The Miz and Morrison taking on the team of Jeff Hardy and Matt Riddle. Yes, Matt Riddle has said that with the draft occurring, if he gets drafted over to Raw, he doesn't want to miss his opportunity to, at least at one time in his career, tag with Jeff Hardy. So here's your opportunity, mate. Relatively quick match. We get a bit of a broetry emotion from Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy. Like I said, it's a very quick match, and Matt Riddle ends up picking up the win. It was what it was. It's what occurred after the match. Lars Sullivan appeared. Lars Sullivan appeared and took out everyone apart from John Morrison. John Morrison tries to get the Miz out of the ring but fails. But yeah, Lars Sullivan, the powerhouse. I've missed this intimidating individual in the ring. Yeah, he's back, baby. He's back. And Stephanie announces that he'll be added to the draft pool for night 2, which will occur on Raw. So, we go to the third round draft picks. The third round draft picks are Raw picks Ricochet, so they keep Ricochet. SmackDown keeps Jey Uso. Raw keeps Mandy Rose, since they've only just got her. SmackDown takes Rey and Dominic Mysterio. I'm assuming they'll come with the whole Mysterio family, it's not just them two. So really, this is the Mysterio family coming over. And Raw has snatched The Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho. I predicted that. I thought that would be a good move for them. They're moving over to the red brand. So Rey and Dom are backstage. They're happy to be on SmackDown. What on earth was Dominic Mysterio wearing? And where can I find it? I wouldn't mind. Yeah, it was a very vibrant top, very bold statement from this young man. But hey ho, he's full of confidence, so why not wear a funky shirt? Third match of the night. It's the women's title match, the SmackDown women's title match. It's Sasha Banks challenging Bayley. Bayley, 500 plus days or something like that she has been SmackDown women's champion. It's an immensely long, I don't think this record's going to be broken anytime soon. Can Sasha Banks do it? No. When the match starts getting good, Bayley gets herself disqualified on purpose, hitting Sasha Banks with the chair. Purposely getting disqualified. Sasha Banks attacks Bayley after the match with the chair, puts it on her neck, is going to go for the stomp and damage Bayley's neck. However, Bayley escapes, slithers away and escapes. This leads to the challenge being made of Sasha Banks challenging Bayley for the match at Hell in a Cell. Yeah, I can't wait for that match. That'll be a belter of a match. Fourth match. Oh no, sorry. Apologies, getting ahead of myself. Kevin Owens, we see him getting ready, and Alexa Bliss approaches him and tells him, "Let him in. Let him in." Kevin. Fourth match of the night. It's Nakamura and Cesaro defending the SmackDown Tag Team titles against the newly returning Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. This match was made earlier in the night by Stephanie McMahon. And hey, yes, we get new SmackDown Tag Team champions. The New Day win the SmackDown Tag Team titles for the umpteenth time. This is a great little fun match. Plenty of action once again in this match. It was nice to see Kofi and Xavier back in the ring, especially Xavier Woods after so long out. Belter of a match, really enjoyed it, and I love the fact that it was a title change. I like seeing the titles change hands, like seeing new champions crowned, so that's a big plus for me. We go straight from this match. These competitors, the New Day, celebrating in the ring, stay within the ring. They remain in the ring to listen to the fourth round, the fourth and final round of the draft pick. Raw picks Kofi and Xavier Woods. What on earth? The SmackDown Tag Team Champions. How's that going to work? They can't defend the SmackDown Tag Team titles on Raw, surely. I'm interested to see what goes on here. Hopefully, they'll vacate the titles or be stripped of them, whatever, and a tournament will be made for new champions to be crowned on SmackDown. SmackDown picks Big E. What? So the New Day are now split. Why didn't Raw just pick the whole faction? But anyway, yeah, they split up New Day. Raw picks Dana Brooks. Well, they've only just recently got her, so now it's official. SmackDown keeps Otis, the Money in the Bank winner. And Raw keeps Angel Garza, and that was the end of this draft. SmackDown Tag Team Champions on Raw, though. I'm interested to see how that works. You see Big E, he looks visibly upset in the ring, being parted from his brothers from the New Day, since they've been together for like nearly 10 years, I think, or something like that. We go backstage. Otis and Tucker are in suits. Looks like they're getting ready for court proceedings. Otis says about, oh, I'm on SmackDown. I'm interested to see what happens with you, Tucker. Are you going to still be with me and everything? Tucker tells him not to worry about that. Otis gets handed some papers. The Miz has postponed proceedings for his filing of a lawsuit against Otis and his attempt to get the Money in the Bank briefcase off Otis. So yeah, I'm guessing it's because he's going to now go over to Raw. But hey ho, or the fact that he got absolutely smashed by Lars Sullivan. Sasha, like I said, challenges Bayley for the SmackDown Women's title at Hell in a Cell in the Hell in a Cell match. And we go to our final match of the night, the main event. It's The Fiend, his first televised match on SmackDown, taking on Kevin Owens. The Fiend's entrance, by the way, looks amazing in the Thunderdome. I love it. I can't wait every time he appears, every time he comes out. It's great with all the red light and everything, his eyes and his smile appearing on all the little mini screens and whatnot. It's an amazing spectacle to behold. Owens gets some good offense in, but the Fiend just always seems to absorb it, seems to get up. Nothing seems to be able to keep him down, no matter what Kevin Owens is throwing at him. The Fiend with the mandible claw, but Owens hits a stunner. But the Fiend keeps hold of the mandible claw. He keeps hold of it. And ultimately, he hits, what was it called? An urinagi. Sorry if I butcher that name. An urinagi. And still holding the mandible claw. And ultimately, Kevin Owens loses the match. He pins Kevin Owens to win the match. The lights go out. When they come back on, the Fiend is at the top of the entrance ramp with Alexa Bliss, looking at each other, looking at Kevin, looking at each other, whatnot. What will happen on Raw now? Will this feud continue? Rumour has it the Fiend is going over to Raw. So, yes. Yes. That was a belter of a show, I've got to say. That was an amazing show. I really enjoyed it. The fact that the draft was on it increased my excitement for the show, seeing who goes where. I got a couple of the draft picks right. A lot of the wrestlers remained on their brands, but there was some switching. The Mysterios coming over to SmackDown is a great move for SmackDown, I think, and getting the Monday Night Messiah, who's now the SmackDown Saviour, that's a belter of a move, even though rumour has it that he might be taking time off soon, so they've just got a wrestler who's going to disappear for a while. That'd be unfortunate, but in the long run, he's a great pick, a great addition to the SmackDown roster. SmackDown has lost some individuals, but like I said, like AJ Styles, he's better off on Raw. Gives him the time off that he needs to spend with his kids, but also keeps him away from Paul Heyman. John Morrison and The Miz going over to Raw, and the New Day as well, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions going over to Raw, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. I think that's good for the tag team division. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Street Profits now switch over to SmackDown, especially with Bianca Belair being on SmackDown. I imagine the Street Profits will follow suit, because apparently WWE has this thing about keeping couples together. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see if they do that move. And then that would mean then that SmackDown has the Raw Tag Team Champions and Raw has the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. What do? Do you just rebrand those belts to change the SmackDown Tag Team titles into the Raw Tag Team titles and the Raw Tag Team titles into the SmackDown Tag Team titles? Or do you just vacate the lot and have tournaments to crown new champions or whatnot? I don't know. I'm intrigued to see where they go and how they go with this and what they do. It's got me hooked. I can't wait to see Monday Night Raw now. I think it'll be a big pop for the viewer ratings, for the viewer numbers for Raw now. My star match of the night has to be the opening match, the Falls Count Anywhere match between Big E and Sheamus. That was an absolute belter of a match. Lots of action, like I said, there was just so much action. It was hard to keep track of everything, hard to keep all the notes, keep making notes on it. It was just, it just got your eyes glued to it. It was a belter of a match, a great showing from these two competitors. Shame to see the New Day split up, but I did say in my predictions that something like this may occur. But But yeah, all in all, overall, this was an absolute fantastic show, well worth a watch. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on SmackDown. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments, like this video, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, let me know if there's any other content that you would like me to cover. I'll be doing an overall my thoughts on the WWE Draft video once again, just reviewing everything that's occurred. There'll be more draft picks going on, I'm sure, over social media through WWE.com. On some of the other shows, I think some were announced to take place on Talking Smack and whatnot. So once all the draft picks have been done, I'll do a video covering all the draft picks and my overall thoughts on each individual wrestler who's moved brands and which brand I think got the upper hand, got the better picks and whatnot. So yes, look out for that video going live. But yeah, like I said, thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, drop me a comment. Stay safe. Stay classy.